Hi, fans of high quality entertainment. That's right. Part three, worst album covers of all time. I just enjoy doing these. I wasn't planning to do a third one so soon, but after this, I'm gonna do go back to some regular rock music vlogs, and at some point I will do part four. But just gonna give it a little break. Maybe I'll do my top 50 album covers before I do part four of the worst. So, is everybody ready? These contain some well known album covers or well known bands and solo artists, and also, some of your typical, not so well known artists. Kind of a mixture. So, I hope you enjoy it, and please remember to leave a comment below and let me know which is your least favorites of these, and maybe, some of these I know that some of you might actually like a lot. This is just my opinion. And here we go. I'm already laughing. Yes, the great Corey Feldman and his album Angelic to the Core. I follow this YouTube channel called Taste of Music, and they voted this. They went through a lot of bad albums a few months back, and they voted this the worst album. And I'm actually thinking of someday torturing myself and listening to the full album in a YouTube video. That must have taken about 5 minutes of work in Photoshop. But don't worry, the music inside is even worse. Some Canadian content. The Guess Who, one of the great bands of all time, possibly my favorite Canadian band, along with Rush. And this was their final album with Burton Cummings, the great Burton Cummings. And the faces are cut out, so, when you open up the album, I forget. I really don't care anymore. That's why I forget. But yeah, as soon as I saw that in the record store back in 1975, I thought it was kind of tacky. I use the word tacky a lot in these videos. But power in the music. Hard to read. And this is Burton Cummings, one of his solo albums, Woman Love. Just I don't know what he's implying with this. I know that the inner sleeve has him running in this field with a woman with a bag over her head. So maybe at the time he was having some woman love issues. But, a great talent. Just not a great album cover. Swamp Dog. If I ever kiss it, he can kiss it goodbye. Not much more I can say about that one. Thor, Keep the Dogs Away. Now this guy, I saw him, I think in the late 70s, right here in Trenton, Ontario, performing at a bar. He could not sing, believe it or not, but he would bend these metal rods, supposedly metal. Maybe they were made out of cardboard. I don't know. But yeah, I think I even saw a documentary on him. It's somewhere on the internets. It makes me happy. It says I get happy, and look, I look at that album cover and I'm happy. Don, Shelba, Kathy, and Lisa, the Happy Tones. Although he doesn't look that happy. Dan Schaefer 3, How Far Is It to Hell? With sound effects and narration by Don Schaefer. This is Slim Jesus. And I looked him up and I was thinking it was, just one of these not very popular rap artists. But he has a song, a video called Drill Time that has 61 million views. And he has another one called Warning Shot that has 10 million views. But I looked him up on Spotify and he only has 29,000 monthly listeners. So I don't know what's going on there. And lucky you get to hear a little bit of one of his songs, but I've sped it up. And you'll just see it's your typical, money and guns and everything. It actually sounds better sped up like this. Here we go.
Glock 42, everywhere I go. I ain't even gotta up it, they already know. Somebody get their bitch cause she tryna go. Only thing she finna do is gag and choke. I can't fuck a little biscuit who ain't got no goals. Get the neck, call her Uber, tell her hit the road. New racks just came in, that's a touchdown. Can't remember when some shit was too much now. Need another chain, then I'm going bust down. Pockets full of cheese, I'm stuffed crust now. Crack a wood, drop an egg on a jetpack. He wasn't outside, we finna slide back. They thought I fell off, bitch, I fell back. Ask me if they miss me, the bad guy's back.
Next up, the one, the only, Beach Boys. Salute NASCAR. Mike Love, Bruce Johnson, and David Marks of the Beach Boys. Special Collector's Edition. Well, you can say that he put out some solo albums, like Looking Back with Love. And if you love cheese, you should buy one of his solo albums. Now, this has been brought up once or twice in the other two videos. And yeah, of course, John and Yoko, two virgins. And I actually have a video on my channel where I bought the vinyl record of this, which I'd never had, seen in person. And I opened it up, and you'll have to check it out. Just type in Two Virgins on my front channel, and hopefully you'll get the right video. Now this one, it's a very busy cover, presented by DJ Rated X of the Sex Fiends. Rated X, Big C, Bald Head, Dinky D, Staying True, Parental Advisory, Explicit Lyrics. I never would have guessed. Here's another one by Slim Jesus. He's always got to show the money. The most hated. I just thought that the name itself was funny. Stumps, just another stay-at-home son. Gail McCullough, Let Climax Shine. We'll move on. Streeplers, Lady Banana. Nice uniforms. Eddie Santagio, New Wave Salsa. Quite an exciting album cover. Not really sure what's going on there. Yeah, Fleetwood Mac. There are some, like I said, some popular bands in this video. Fleetwood Mac, Mystery to Me. It's just... they've had a few bad album covers, like Mr. Wonderful, but I chose this one. It's just weird. And it certainly doesn't match the great music within. The Whitmer Trio. Stand Still and See His Glory. I guess they don't know how to count because I see 5 people there. And I have checked, maybe there is 1 or 2 fakes. I don't think they are, though. But I did check his music on YouTube, and it was a bit odd. Erican Corey, And I don't know what to say about that one. At Play with the Playmates, the guy at the front looks a little. I'm kind of concerned for him. I don't know what's really going on in this picture, but he looks like he's in pain. Yeah, Uriah Heep live. So, some of these album covers, like when this came out, I never really thought, because I loved Uriah Heep in the early 70s. I never did buy this album, though. But it's such a bland, they could have had a really cool front cover, band shot of them in concert. And then it's just this boring type. Uriah Heep live. Yeah, this was sent in to me by a Facebook friend, and the band is called Young Nudie, and the album is called EA Monster. Very disturbing album cover. The great Loretta Lynn with Fist City. I could do a inappropriate joke or two here, but we'll move on. Yeah, Bloodrock 2. I was going to choose, I think it was called Bloodrock USA, and it's a bloody cartoon cover. It seems all of their albums have these, the dripping blood, which is kind of disturbing. The band itself was a very underrated band in the 70s. Great rock, blues. And yeah, it's just not a great album cover. Once again, a viewer or two mentioned this album, and so I had to do a little search for it, and I found it. Once again, a very busy album cover. Little Flip, the Leprechaun, double CD. The artist that brought you Diamonds in Your Face with C Note. Buy the Car, Buy the House with ESG. Boxers with Deep Threat. I think you can read that without me having to read it for you. Yeah, Max Webster. Now, this was, when I was searching, going through all these different, Google searches, this came up in a worst albums list. And this is a great Canadian band, very underrated. They actually did a song with Rush on one of their albums and toured with Rush, Max Webster. And yeah, I think it's a cool, this was the 70s and bands dressed up and everything. So I don't find this album cover to be bad at all, but it was on one of those worst lists. Yeah, Ringo, I could have chosen, a few of them, but this one, just, yeah. Ringo, 2012. And he's doing his peace sign. And frankly, Ringo, we're getting tired of the peace and love crap. Cut that out. I'm just joking, I think. Warm and Mellow, David and Darcy. Whatever happened to David and Darcy? Elvis Costello, he's got a few, especially recently, some pretty bad album covers, at least for me. And this one, though, is just plain boring. And I think I have 19 Elvis Costello albums now. I haven't got this one yet, so let me know if this is a good album or not. It certainly isn't a very good cover. Speaking of Elvis Costello, here's Costello, A Little Bit Crazy. Yeah, Black Oak, Arkansas. I was a fan of theirs in the early 70s. And they have some more than one bad album cover. And this one just doesn't do it for me. And a more recent one, just just so bad. Jim Dandy's Black Oak, Arkansas. And really bad Photoshop or whatever they used. The Wild Bunch. Neil Young, Freedom. He has some bad album covers, and this one is just, it's not bad, it's just so boring. But a very good album. Nazareth, they have a few bad album covers, and this is the one I chose, Cinema. Not too exciting. Salsa Attack. I wonder if there's keyboards on this album. Yeah, Humble Pie, the great Humble Pie, big fan of theirs. And I never really, through the years, I never really thought twice about this album cover being bad or anything, but it comes up once in a while. And when you really do think of it, now, when I think of it, it's like, rock on, Humble Pie, a bunch of police officers. What's the point of it? Jesus Use Me. Looks like the bus ran into a water hydrant or something, or I don't know what's going on there. And Little Richard Miller, Born Without Arms and Legs. So I'm not certainly not making fun of him. It's just strange. I don't know how he plays the keyboards. He's, I don't know. I was going to say I'm stumped, but I decided not to. Let's move on. Foghat, Foghat, Foghat. Girls to chat and boys to bounce. Once again, a very bland, stupid album cover. Shame on you, Foghat. Ooh, hurts my eyes. It's blurry. Yeah, REM Monster. I always dislike, I love the band REM, but they have some of the most just weird album covers, and even, the inside artwork would all be all of this arty crap, and I just never liked their album, the looks of their album covers, but the music inside was always really good or excellent. Acid Bath, When the Kite String Pops. And I guess that's supposed to be Gacy. The Simmons, The Touch of God. Very colorful dresses. Cerrone, is that how you pronounce it? Supernature. Now he's a popular, I guess, percussionist, but this is and this album sold millions of copies, I guess, but it's a very, very bizarre album cover. Grimy Menesker DK. Once again, it's like Sgt. Pepper. It's an album cover you could stare at for hours on end. We're almost done. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this, It's one of the better known worst album covers. It always makes me laugh every time I see it because, I've Got Confidence, the McDonald sisters, and they really don't look that confident. I don't know about you. Music for Trapping, Tender, that is. Elliot Lawrence and his orchestra. Now that's not disturbing. And one more. the Billy Cobham, I don't know how you pronounce his last name, George Duke, the great Billy Cobham, the drummer, and George Duke, the keyboardist, awesome talent. Loved him and Frank Zappa, but this is a pretty bad album cover. Live on tour in Europe. And that is it. So I hope you enjoyed the third installment. And like I said, I'm going to take a... Oh, there's one more. I apologize. Music to massage your mate by. Explicitly illustrated instruction booklet enclosed. I think that guy's looking for more than a massage. So creepy. Oh, Lord. Yeah, so that's it. I'm going to take a break from doing these, and maybe, like I said, I'll do my top 50 favorite album covers of all time, and see you around. Thanks for watching. Please remember to leave a comment below, and like the video. I'd appreciate it, and share this video on Twitter and Facebook and all over. Even share it with total strangers. I'd really appreciate it. Bye.